I don't think you know or understand, and I'm sorry if it offends people in this profession, but I had to share this. Being a doctor in private hospital is one of the riskiest profession as it can lead to financial ruin overnight, something that you cannot recover from. And there's a significant case, court case where a specialist doctor was being sued. And when several of my doctor clients mentioned it to me, I had to just read more. And this is what I'm going to share with you, right? And this case is likely to change how private hospitals and doctors operate in Malaysia, even though this news is not widely covered in the mainstream media. Now, let me share the story. About 15 years ago, a 35 years old man was admitted to hospital due to severe throat bleeding in the middle of the night, right? Now, this happened like 2 weeks after he had a elective, some form of throat surgery at Hospital A, right? So it's another private hospital, right? Private Hospital A. So 2 weeks after he completed the surgery, now in the wee hours of the morning, right, like 4 a.m., suddenly start to bleed a lot, profusely, heavily. And of course, this is an emergency. So he rushed himself to a hospital, but not the hospital where he did the surgery, Hospital A. He is rushing to the nearest hospital to his house, which is Hospital B. And then that is where the on-call specialist in the emergency department apparently attended to him. But unfortunately, after that episode, the man has been mentally and physically disabled since then. So even though this incident had been like 15 years ago, it was not until 2020 that the High Court of Malaysia ruled that the specialist doctor was negligent and was causing the man's disability. And the doctor was ordered to pay about 2 million in compensation. However, the man's wife was still not happy, not satisfied with the court ruling. You win already, why still not happy there, right? Because the defendant, she meant to sue on behalf of the disabled husband. It's actually the private hospital itself, right? And the court ruling in 2020 was that the doctor was responsible, but the hospital was not, right? So the hospital, again, was not liable, only the doctor was. So the wife actually escalated this, bring this to appeal court, Mahkamah Rayuan, and she won again, right? This time, the compensation is over 3 million ringgit. Wow, should be satisfied with that, right? Justice itself. At least, that's not my opinion, but it's based on, I figure that what she thought, right? But still, she refused to stop there. Because, again, the appeal court says that the private hospital wasn't to be held accountable. Only the specialist doctor is. And she took the case up to federal court, like, the apex, the highest court that you have in Malaysia. And then federal court finally ruled that both the specialist doctor and the private hospital are jointly responsible, liable, accountable, and therefore also raising the total compensation to over 4 million. Right? And this case actually highlights the financial risk specialist doctors face today. So no need to be envy of doctors who earn high incomes like 5 figures, 6 figures a month, because the financial risk in this profession is really too significant. But in my next clip, I think it's getting too long. I'll explain how this landmark case is prompting a major change in the private healthcare sector that could really impact us all. So stay tuned and follow for part 2.